I'm Lita Leapins.
And I'm Jim Gordon.
And welcome to another edition of Our City Tonight.
Well, folks, we are over on the North Shore at Joey's Shipyard Restaurant. We were here for the opening in late January. And Lita, I'm excited because this is our first on-location restaurant shoot since late February. A lot has happened, but we're back. We're being cautious. We're being safe. But we're also excited to go back inside.
That is true. And I'm excited to get on that patio with Jesse to do the cocktail segment. And right after that, Jim is going to, with Chef Matthew, check out the food.
It's all coming up right after you watch this.
Well, the sun is shining, which means to us patio season, and thank goodness we're able to be back on the patio. We're here at Joey's. Jesse, you in fact have been with Joey's group since 2005, and you were here for the very opening of this great spot. But we're talking patio favorite cocktails right now. 2 signature drinks here that you can get on the patio, as well as some take home. So tell us first a little bit about the cocktails that you've made for us and a little bit about how we can actually take these home and make them ourselves.
You bet. So we do have 2 patio favorites here. We've got the watermelon drink, which is a Joey classic. It comes around every spring and it's an absolute crowd pleaser. And then the Aperol Spritz, very classic patio sipper, all day drinking, I like to think. And they're here. And then, you know, for those guests that aren't able to make it out to a patio, we wanted to be sure to offer these at home as well because they pair wonderfully with sunshine and everyone has access to that. So we've got our 2 kits here, make it super simple so you can build things at home. You don't have to go from store to store collecting these pieces. They're all simply right here, right in the kit. All you need is some glassware and ice.
Oh, it's wonderful, and so great that we can be back on the patio and enjoying drinks with friends. Actually making sure that we are following all the right protocol, which Joey's is. And who doesn't like watermelon? And people know that I love the Aperol Spritz, but you also have a new norm, if I might say, for your Aperol Spritz. Describe that, how you're making the Aperol Spritz now.
Yeah, so those that make Aperol Spritz at home are probably familiar with the recipe of a 3-2-1. We've just adjusted it slightly in line with what Aperol has now declared as the new standard, which is 2 parts sparkling wine over ice, then 2 parts of Aperol and a splash of soda. So we've just reduced the amount of sparkling wine that goes into the drink, and served in your favorite stemmed glassware, so it stays chilled through the those slow sips.
And tell us a little bit about it. That's fresh watermelon that you're using, of course.
Yeah,
amazing.
The watermelon drink is one of our favorites, mainly because we have watermelon, which is the quintessential summer fruit, and that's mixed with lime juice, with mint, a little agave syrup, and absolute vodka, and just an absolute just a perfect refresher for the summertime.
Well, since this is in my reach, I'm going to have a sip of this, and you're going to tell us a little bit about your wine program as well, your take-home wine.
Yes, so through the lockdown where we weren't able to have our guests in our restaurants, we still wanted to be able to connect with our guests. You know, what part of the great experience about being in a restaurant is being able to talk with someone about wine that loves wine, be it a som or just a server that's passionate. And so our group sommelier, Jason Yamasaki, put together an amazing kit. It's called Sip Like a Som. And basically what you get is either a 2-bottle kit or a 4-bottle kit. Could be all red or a mix of red and white. And with that, you'll get a tasting sheet if you're very technical and you like to go through and assess it yourself. And then it comes with a link to a video where Jason basically tastes along, and he's very animated and talks to you about what he's tasting, so you can go through it. That, or you can just drink the wine and enjoy it at home and forget about the rest.
Wonderful. So, and how do people order these kits?
So you can go on joeyrestaurants.com, and if you order through there, you'll receive free delivery through DoorDash. That's it.
Wonderful. Well, thanks, Jesse. I can't wait to get my hands on these as soon as the camera shuts off. And we're going to be back with Jim and checking out some of the great food that's available for the spring-summer season.
Great.
Monica Morong, known as the Mummy Rapper, originally from Canada, but now living in Sacramento. Now, she's a clean rap pop artist. She believes that we all have a social and moral responsibility to be role models and to use fame to inspire. Monica's new album is coming out in early May, and we're excited to have you, Monica.
Thank you.
Tell us a little about the journey that got you to this really, really cool career.
Thank you so much for this opportunity to share my mission and my message. It is definitely unique. You don't hear about a mother of four every day that's decided to dedicate her career to rapping positive messages and providing clean rap for the masses. And it all started about 8 years ago when I was asking for my purpose. What's my purpose? I had a career in public relations, but I knew it wasn't authentic. It wasn't me. There were parts of it. So I started inquiring and I clearly heard the message, create clean rap music. And it makes sense because I grew up listening to rap and hip hop in the 90s. And now having children, at the time I had two children 8 years ago, I can't and couldn't play a lot of the commercial rap music because of the messages. There's a lot of demeaning messages towards women and explicit lyrics. So it makes sense, this mission to create positive rap music that everyone can listen to, but that sounds like it could still be on the radio.
Now, I love the name of your new rap album. It's Clean Rap Songs, which is incredible, and it's coming out around Mother's Day, which is super wonderful, especially in this time. It's trying for everybody, but moms at home and that, you're going to be listening to more music. What a great option to be listening to your music. Tell us a little bit about your new album.
Yeah, so I just released a music video for one of the key songs called Mother. And it's a compilation of famous moms who TikTok. So, TikTok is a great example of accessible music for all demographics. You've got grandpas and grandmas, you've got little kids all doing TikToks. And so I thought, why not do a music video to launch the album? The album is 4 singles. 2 of them are specifically rap songs that are really dance-worthy, really upbeat, for moms, all about like, we own this. You're boss, you're amazing. We're more than just, at the playground or making meals in the kitchen. Moms are so much more. And the other 2 tracks, one is called No More, and it's about wanting to be a new person. It's for anybody. It's not just for moms. And it's like, we want to break patterns and habits. How do you do that? So that's been my journey, and I channeled that into that song No More. And the 4th song is called Little Girl. That's totally a TikTok track, really dance worthy. And I want to do a challenge for like kids that want to create maybe a little TikTok dance video to that. So I'm really excited to launch it for Mother's Day. And it makes sense because my brand is Mommy Rapper. That is my target audience. And I understand exactly what moms are going through, especially now. We're with our kids, 24/7. A lot of moms working from home. It's a lot.
You are a hero. And well, just to wrap it up, no pun intended, Monica, what does the future hold for you in a couple sentences?
Well, I really see this taking off, and I have a whole PR campaign. I'm sending out my press release next week on PR Newswire. I'm just super excited to spread a message that the world needs more clean rap music. And you know what a great example is? That song by Lil Nas X, Old Time Road. That song took off, and you got like every demographic dancing to that. That is exactly the type of thing the world needs more of, and I'm excited to be a part of that image. A mom rapping that anyone can listen to, rap, rated E for everyone.
Wonderful. Thanks, Monica. I'm so thrilled that I got to hear some of your originals right when you were starting out, back when you lived in Vancouver. Really excited to have you on the show. This is Monica Morong, Mommy Rapper. Look for her online and YouTube. She's going to be everywhere. And congratulations on your great career.
Thank you, Lita. It was so nice to see your beautiful face. And I miss Vancouver. I even miss the rain a bit. California is going to get super hot soon.
All right. Well, take care, and thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
I'm a mother.
Well, he is part of the very popular nightly, and if you're watching in the morning sports show along with Jay, it's Sports Center with Jay and Dan on TSN. And a good buddy of mine, haven't had him on the show in a long, long time, but it's good to have Dan O'Toole back from his lovely-looking country kitchen in Toronto. Danny, how are you?
Good. This was an original please quiet down. Trying to do some television over here. Thank you. My two daughters.
That's quite all right. You've been at TV long enough, you're allowed to do that.
Yeah, school's out for the day, so I guess I'm the teacher and principal, and I already excused them.
Very nice.
I'm in the outskirts of Toronto, about 55 minutes outside downtown Toronto, in a little community called Clarington, and found an old Ontario cottage that was built in 1875. It's not haunted, thank God.
Yeah, very nice. And Dan, we should say that you're also, you and Jay, doing your show from your homes as well, as a lot of people are doing. How has the transition been doing it at home as opposed to the studio?
The commute is great. I walk upstairs to put on a suit, then walk downstairs. So
Very
I
nice.
can't complain about that. But after having set up the equipment at home, the microphones, the lighting, the tripods, and then if the Wi-Fi is not perfect, things will conk out. To just walk back into a studio that's professionally lit, then patrolled by professional camera people, professional audio operators, you don't have to do a thing. You sit down and do your job. So the things we take for granted, I'm sure a lot of people are feeling the same, are the things you miss the most.
Well, pal, you and I first met, we've got a lot of mutual friends, some of them still out here, some of them have gone back your way, but you originally started out here on what was then CKVU on the weekend with our good friend Joe Leary. You're doing sports there. Of course, CKVU went on to be something else, and it's been CityTV for the last 15 years where our show airs. Talk about the move from Vancouver. You went to Toronto, you get with Jay, you also spent time at Fox Sports in LA. How is this long run, and how have you kept that wonderful partnership alive with Jay?
Well, the first thing is when they came to me when I worked at CKVU, then CityTV, TSN said, hey, we'd like to offer you a job. I'm like, I'm good. And
Yeah.
Because I loved Vancouver so much. And that happened 3 times. Turns out they thought I was a brilliant negotiator. So that's how I landed out there. It's tough to draw someone away from Vancouver, having only lived there for a year, because you haven't experienced anything. So yeah, made that move in 2002, and got paired with Jay in 2004, and luckily we got along. We get along on air, we get along off air, we hang out together, and it would have been a living hell if you had to show up at work every day with someone you don't like working with.
Yeah, and I know people can put on, airs for television, but you guys really do come across as friends. Of course, you're very active on social media. I think it was last fall you were out here with the Jay and Dan touring show. Buddy, tell us more about where people can find you. You're very active on Twitter, and as I said, the website and all that information.
You can find us, online. My Instagram is TSN O'Toole. My Twitter is TSN O'Toole. And follow our show page at Jay and Dan on Instagram, because they post all our clips from our show, which is, again, we're still going Monday to Friday from our homes. You might not think there's a lot of sports news, but there is, and sports is coming back this weekend with UFC. So it's slowly trickling back. As long as nothing goes wrong with the sports that do return, then the others will follow.
Yeah, I don't think alone when I say I'm just in sports withdrawal. I'd love to be watching. I'd be watching like a month and a half of baseball. We'd be well into the hockey playoffs, basketball as well. So I appreciate you and Jay continuing. But I can't wait to see you back out here for some beers. I will say hello to Joe, Super, and Diane. Please say hello to Jen and McCormick if you see them.
I will, buddy. As soon as they open up airplanes and we start getting back to our usual ways, Vancouver's one of my first flights, and I'm parking on your couch.
You got it, buddy. Thanks, Danny. Talk to you soon.
Thanks, Jim.
Well, we're back here at Joey Shipyard. I'm joined once again by Chef Matthew. Matthew, last time we were here on the patio was the opening of the restaurant back in January. A lot chillier then.
It was a lot chillier, and obviously a lot's changed since then too.
So. Seems like a long time ago. Okay, we're doing our best with the distancing here. We did cocktails with Jesse. Now let's talk about what you guys are doing with this great element. What this recent pandemic and the closing down has produced is other ways to get your food and your brand out there.
That's right. So what we decided to do as part of our Joey Market is meal kits. We've had lots of different meal kits over the last couple of weeks. So these are the ones we wanted to talk about today. But really, it's just getting, another way to get Joey into your home. Super convenient. It's fun to get the kids involved in cooking them, and we've really made them as simple as you could. So they're kind of 90% there. You just got to take them home and finish them off.
An idiot like me could actually do it.
Even you could do it.
Okay, let's quickly walk through what you've got here. Let's start over here.
We'll start with this one. So this is our backyard barbecue kit. We just rolled this out a little while ago. Actually perfect, obviously, for days like this.
Yeah.
There's a choice of our ribs that are on our menu right now. Chicken or steak. Comes with some amazing sides, some like Mexican style street corn, our warm potato salad that's in our new blackened chicken dish, some coleslaw, everything you need for an amazing backyard barbecue with that one. Next up, we have our fajitas, so a choice of steak or chicken.
Right.
Really fun, interactive. Again, getting the kind of kids involved at home to make those is a great kind of weekday meal. And then we have here our tuna poke. So we have a great tuna poke bowl on our globally inspired menu. And this one we wanted to come up with a nice appetizer to have at home, just something light again, perfect for patio season. Obviously our patios here are open now, which is very exciting, but just a great way to enjoy a nice fresh seafood dish at home. And then lastly, from what I see out there, a lot of people are watching TV and Netflix and movies. So we decided to do a truffle popcorn. We actually did a stovetop method, which is kind of fun as well. When you installed those microwaves at home, you probably never thought you'd ever have to make stovetop popcorn again, but
it takes me back to my youth. That's right.
COVID strikes, and now we're making popcorn in a pot again. So,
and we would be reluctant if we did not mention that, of course, you can now come to Joey's, back to Joey's here at the shipyard, and get some food here. So let's talk
some of these amazing dishes off of our globally inspired menu as well. So we got we're really famous for sushi. We do an excellent job of our sushi program. Our delicious hummus, again, perfect for patio season. Rosé cocktails outside, and then our, like I mentioned at the start of the show here, our blackened chicken with our warm potato salad, coleslaw, that kind of backyard barbecue flavor profile with the Cajun spice and the grilling and charring. It's fantastic. One of my favorites.
And we should say too that we all evolve. Our show has done different things that we wouldn't have done 2 months ago, but this will become a part of the landscape for you guys here. It was created out of this, but it's staying now, and I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, our packaging is fantastic. Again, it's really easy to follow. We're working on some new kits right now. I'm actually testing a pesto prawn one this week. So the kits will evolve just like everything else, but I think these are definitely could be something here to stay.
Very nice. And where can people get more information, of course, if they want to do? I've gone to the Joey's downtown where I live and picked up my order, but you don't have to do that. You can do some other methods.
No, you can go to joeyrestaurants.com. DoorDash will deliver free to your home, and great way to get Joey into your home. And the beauty is here in BC now too, you can come to the restaurants, enjoy the patio, and enjoy the full experience as well. So.
Well, listen, congratulations. Good to be. This is, as Lita mentioned earlier, this is our first restaurant segment on location since late February. So we're glad to be back with you guys.
Well,
and I'm glad to be on the patio with you in much warmer weather than it was when we opened. It's
so am I.
Chef Matthew here at Joey's Shipyard. We'll be back at this lovely restaurant to wrap up the show coming up a little bit later on Our City Tonight.
Well, welcome to our Inside Business segment. Very excited to be sitting with co-founders of the Health QB. It's a health IT startup that actually has developed software to manage chronic pain recovery. And Health QB is a venture that is currently a part of Entrepreneurship UBC. Welcome, Greg. Welcome, Guy. I'm going to get right into it. Very, very fascinating technology. Guy, you're on the business side of things. What does Health QB do?
Right. Yeah, well, we assess people's autonomic nervous system by using wearable technology. And then we use this information to work with allied healthcare practitioners so they can help their clients improve their health.
Great. Now, Greg, you're the health practitioner side of Health QB. How is Health QB different from other healthcare monitoring systems that are currently in the market?
Yeah, the one thing that Health QB really tries to do is provide a lot of context to the problem. So there's a lot of information that wearable technology can provide, but not necessarily how that information got there. So what we want to be able to do is provide a lot of context around the biopsychosocial aspects of health, where primarily a lot of the things want to be able to focus just on one of the three, either biological, psychological, or social.
Perfect. Now explain that model. It's different than what most people just going to a doctor would receive.
Exactly. So typically we have a heavy focus on symptoms as of right now. But what we have to understand is there's many areas of health that we have to be able to focus on, and not just one area. So we have to be able to address all of those. So when you have to be able to deal with the biological and the emotional as well as the social side of things, they're all connected as to one. You can't separate them. You can't have that, put each in each box. They're all interconnected and one affects the other. And then if you don't deal with health that way, you're only looking at one silo and not dealing with the whole picture.
It's nice being dealt with all the deeper levels that it's associated with chronic pain. Now, Guy, back to you. How does it work?
Yeah, so we start off by conducting a baseline assessment of the end user's autonomic nervous system. This takes about 21 days, and the end user, the client, will wear a wearable device, and then we'll use a mobile app in order to be able to input some of the biopsychosocial health information that Greg is referring to. We take that information and we conduct a bunch of data analytics on it, and what we're looking for is dysfunction in the nervous system. And once we spot the dysfunction, we can bring it to the practitioner's attention, and then the practitioner and the client can work together in order to be able to implement the most effective interventions.
Well, a lot of this is done remotely, which is very timely for what's happening in the world today. What kind of clients would benefit from this technology? I'll go to you, Greg.
Yeah, so our original focus was definitely with chronic pain, and because that's one of those issues that really encompasses the biopsychosocial model of health. As we start to transition to our new normal, whatever that may be, we want to be able to support the allied health practitioners with a wide range of issues that can affect the nervous system, right? So you talk about anxiety, you talk about depression, you talk about any kind of social issues, disconnect, any kind of these chronic issues that don't necessarily have a single biomarker or test to be able to determine what's going on or what the problem is. Our software is be able to kind of recognize the kind of holistic aspects of someone's health to say this is the best area to be able to focus on.
Wonderful. Now I'm gonna pop a question to Guy. What does HealthQB stand for?
Yeah, HealthQB. What we sort of recognized in the allied healthcare space was that there wasn't that case manager that existed. Unlike your GP in the medical space where they can sort of oversee all the different specialists, that doesn't necessarily show up a lot in the allied healthcare industry. And so what we wanted to do was create that quarterback sort of software system. So the Q and the B is the quarterback.
I love that.
So that we can really arm the practitioner team and then also the client with making sure that they're going in the right direction.
So what's next for HealthQB? We'll start with Guy, and then Greg, if you can chime in there.
Yeah, well, we're pretty excited. We just launched our beta product. And we'll run this for probably about a few months where we can collect a substantial amount of data. And then over the sort of coming months, we'll also begin to fundraise and start developing our first sort of commercially scalable product, which we hope to bring to the market in early fall.
Perfect. And what does this mean for practitioners that you're attracting?
Yeah, a lot of allied health practitioners had a tough time transitioning to the telehealth world. It was something that was on the radar, but it wasn't something that they were ready to be able to accept. And so given the world the way that it is now, it's shifted very quickly for allied health to be able to kind of get into this, very unprepared. What we want to be able to do is support those practitioners to provide a valuable service to their clients, independent of having to be in person on a one-on-one type setting.
Oh, excellent and timely. So how can viewers find out more about HealthQB?
Yeah, well, we have a website available. It's www.yourhealthqb.com, and we'd love to see you there.
Wonderful, and congratulations on already your success with HealthQB. So that
you.
was our Inside Business segment with HealthQB. Again, I want to mention that HealthQB is a venture that is currently a part of the entrepreneurship at UBC. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Well, it's the end of the show, and we're here to say goodbye. But before we do that,
Before we do, actually, we got Nicole here. She's the assistant GM here at Joey Shipyard. And Nicole, we wanted to have you on because we've been talking about distancing, and we noticed people in the restaurant and everything. Tell our viewers who may be wanting to come and check out one of the Joeys what you guys and basically every other restaurant in this town has got to do.
Awesome. Well, first off, we're so excited to get our guests back into the restaurant in a socially distanced way. We've added in plexiglass to have 50% capacity in our restaurant. And for our partners and all of them coming in, they go through a sanitization steps, which would allow for them to get masks on, but also gloves on that get switched over every 30 minutes. We also have contactless payment, which is Joey Pay. It's an amazing app that we've had for the company for a while, but that allows for you not to worry about touching any systems, and you're all good to go. But we are ready for you in a safe way, and we're excited to see you in the stores.
Well, it was certainly fun, and we really appreciate all the hospitality that we received today.
Yeah, thanks to everybody. Thank you to you, Matthew, Jesse. We had Sydney helping us out, and Chantel at Talk Shop Media. I'm Jim Gordon. Thank you for joining us.
And I'm Lita Leapins, but we're going to leave you with some great tunes from Mummy Rapper. We'll see you next time.
Sponsorship for the Health and Wellness segment is provided by Anorex Botanicals Limited.
Outdoor wear for Jim and Lita provided by Helly Hansen, alive since 1877.
Youngblood Mineral Cosmetics provided by Soluzione Spa Products.
Got kids and take care of me. Yep. Got dreams with a big D. So much more than my cheat cheese. Take it one day at a time. Think too much, I'll lose my mind. Was a size 4 back in time. Now I'm a mommy, still got my shine. You know, they wanna get a dog and egg, but I'll be the one with the bag. On top of that, they always ask for more. Think I got my own store. Gotta save my dollar bills, or I won't have nothing left in my will. These kids wanna shop every day. Watch her go outside and play. I'm a mother, I'm a mother, like no other. I'm a mother, I'm a mother, I'm a mother, I'm a mother, 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 mother. I'm a mother, I'm a mother, like no other. I'm a mother, I'm a mother, I'm a mother, I'm a mother, 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 mother. You think I wear sweats all day? That I ain't got much to say? I'm a genius, I can be a boss. Rockin' Lulus, don't ask me what it costs. Can't afford me, 10 jobs in one. You still working? This mom already done. I'm done. At the club with my number one. I'm a mother, move over, hun. Step aside. Make a soup salad and the main, while I'm sipping on the champagne. House at home, that's my domain. Tarjay, that's my middle name. Clean rap, that's my campaign. Mommy rap, that's my claim to fame. Rap today is just the same old same. Got a plan, I'm a clever dame. It's a fact, we 2 billion strong. We do it all, dust to dawn. Every day, we number one. Bow down, rub my feet, cause I'm super mom. I ain't playing, time for some respect. No mamas in this world will be a wreck. To the women working harder than the press. I got you, we gotta stick together. I'm a mother, I'm a mother, like no other. I'm a mother, I'm a mother, I'm a mother, I'm a mother, 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 mother. I'm a mother, I'm a mother, like no other. I'm a mother, I'm a mother, I'm a mother, I'm a mother, 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 mother. Yeah, it's hard to raise the next gen. Little boys turn into a future men. Little girls turn into our women. That's a task, but we doing what we can. Here's a dream that we raising proper children. Day to day, do our best when we with them. Need the men, we need the big brothers. And mothers represent each other. I'm a mother, I'm a mother, like no other. I'm a mother, I'm a mother, I'm a mother, I'm a mother, mother, mother.